And the Tigers have been waiting and waiting, and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He's got great speed. He's on the loose. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. DB's right up on. Use the play fake, now to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. So now it's second and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Now, guys, when you're talking about Clemson, the only important expectations are the ones inside the program. But when you start the season on the outside of the rankings looking in, it can give you a little bit of an edge, can't it?
Yeah, they want to prove to everybody they should have been ranked coming into this year. These players are angry. They feel like they're being disrespected, and they want to make a point to the entire college football world with a big win today.
Yeah, and you hear it all off season, and you see it every year that teams come out of nowhere, and they feel like they've got a lot of potential, a lot of high-ranked players on the squad, and they're going to put it together, and that they'll get themselves into those rankings.
Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. So West Virginia's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. They'll move the tight end. Rides to back and leaves it. They'll pick up 4, second and 6 coming.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
With the catch, it's McLeod. Turning it on. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Snagged out of the air. Stopped just inside the 25. We'll mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a first down. And the Mountaineers are moving quickly down the field. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to go up top on first down. Just trying to ease it out there, and it falls incomplete.
It seemed like there may have been a miscommunication there between the QB and receiver, just not on the same page.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Ipte if they can stop him on third down. He caught it into the end zone. RPO complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. It's complete to the right. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds the tight end. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going and now right back to work. Makes the grab. It's Benedict. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
And because the receiver was able to drive back to the QB on that curl route against man coverage, he was able to create a little bit of separation between him and the defender, and that was a big...
Grabs it up to 25 in stride. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Gets the back moving. Just keeps slinging it. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. The screen, he can go. And he motors into the end zone. They go to the draw. He never had a chance on the draw. Tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out
right down the middle. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. We've reached the end of the period. It's West Virginia on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. So 1st down here as they go back to work. Tight end now in motion. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. Such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. They go to the wide receiver screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. Off the play fake. Finds his tight end. And they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. And that one took everything he had to sneak it over the crossbar inside the left upright.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
It's really tough on offenses when defenses know what you got to do. You got to pass the football. They're in man coverage. How about the receiver understanding where the 1st down is? He smells it. He goes and gets it.
And his throw is incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Lets it fly deep downfield. He snares it in the end zone. Wants to throw on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Guys, a little bit about Clemson. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Clemson will send the punt team out. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Fair catch is called for. You want to make sure that you field it cleanly in rainy weather like this. West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Works the middle. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
The play action fake. Might be looking to run. On the run, deep down the right side. He's got it. Touchdown, West Virginia. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. And now on second down for this offense. Leaves it with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Hubs it downfield. Finds a man in the middle. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum. Into this lead before halftime. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Clemson jumps to the line. To the air on second down. Throws to the tight end. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Fires to the big fella. He's brought down at the 44-yard line, and the defense making a play on third down.
Man, and tight ends in today's modern college football are so difficult to stop because they're so much more athletic than they used to be. Today, they're just like big wide receivers. So defensively, how do you stop it? Do you have someone who has the physical dimensions to match up with this guy one-on-one? You might not. And if you don't, are you comfortable putting a slower linebacker on him, or do you want to put a smaller DB that might not be able to tackle him? It's a real difficult puzzle to figure out.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking downfield on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Benedict. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. You get a play like that and you feel like you can go in and finish the deal. It'll be 1st and 10 from just inside the 50. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one. The Mountaineers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The screen, he's got wheels. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Let's see what they do here on third and short from the 41. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Looking left. And this is going to be incomplete on third down.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this.
Makes a grab past the marker. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Mountaineers have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
This defense needed something to happen to create some momentum back to their side. They've built a deficit. QB's been very comfortable making plays. Exactly what you need. Put some doubt in his head. Get to him. Hit him. Get physical. They get the sack on this play, and that's just what they need.
The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. And this will be a bit of a challenge, a 46-yard attempt from the right hash. Never a doubt. Hold on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see what's up with that. They'll decline the penalty.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence. Down that I can trust this guy.
A costly penalty for this defense gives them a 1st and 10. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Plucks it out of the air. And he'll have enough for the 1st down at the 42.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the 2nd half moving forward.
The run from the shotgun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Handoff to the lone back. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given him chances so far in this game. And in the 3rd quarter, you're getting a little nervous, I think, if you're the head coach, because he's a guy you need to have success if you're going to win.
West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Finding open areas. Gashing the D on the right. Running inside the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll... To the tight end. That's why the good Lord invented tight ends, isn't it, David? Get a good pickup on 1st down, open up the entire playbook.
And just makes life so easy on quarterbacks. I mean, you got these guys that are so gifted athletically that you can do everything with them. They're like overgrown wide receivers, and now understanding zones and how to attack them. It's just unbelievable when you got these kind of big athletes.
Might as well give it to him again. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. A little screen to the running back. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. And the Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here.
Yeah, and he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. Just make one more guy miss. That might have been huge.
He'll do it himself. Can't get him to the ground.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
He caught it! And he will! The Mountaineers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Leaves it with the back. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
There's the thing. Not a great run, but the offense has scored a ton of points. They haven't necessarily needed to have a strong running game in this one. Their quarterback right now is just playing lights out, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'd get back to throwing the ball.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted.
Oh, he's got some space. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. And the Mountaineers have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quick completion on the out. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Going to sling it on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Mountaineers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Quarterback on the keeper. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. Nestled just inside that. They go back to work with the 1st down in the final period of this one. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Tight end getting vertical. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. Offense getting set for 1st down. DB's locked up tight on the receiver. Oh, they're after him. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Finds his man. It's Reed. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Got it looking for the 1st down. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. West Virginia has it and the offense ready to go to work. They pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step too here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
That's a way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his big tight end. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the down.
Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Back to pass. Gets it out fast. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now it's tough sledding on the ground.
And I think on that third and long, man, they said, forget the pass. Like, we're just going to run the option, and the quarterback makes the right read. He keeps it. And I think they were trying to cut down this fourth down and make it more manageable. So mission accomplished by this offense.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And just leaving no doubt in this one, right? Fourth down, they've got the lead, running the ball and picking up the first. They're going to ice this game, baby.
You talk about 2-minute drills. This is how you end the ball on an offensive 2-minute drill when you're winning. Run the clock out, run the football, be physical, watch it go to zeros.